to Field of Fork. I'm Abby J. It's the holiday season, everybody, and we are so ready for you today on the show. First of all, I want to say pomegranates are in season, and Ingles has beautiful pomegranates, and a lot of folks, they don't know what to do with them, but I'm going to show you how to entertain and use these as garnishes on toppings. And right here, as you see, I've already made a cheese ball, and I've just rolled it in the pomegranate areolas or seeds, and it makes a very elegant appetizer for all of your holiday gatherings. The next thing is how to get the seeds out. So I'm going to show you how to do that and make it very easy for you. You just want to cut the top of the pomegranate off. And you'll see these little veins you want to just cut in and slightly go around. And then this makes it easy for you just to pop that right open and look at that beautiful aerial seeds, whatever you want to call them. And I've got some hummus here, and I was going to show you how beautiful this looks on just some regular hummus. You can get this at Ingles as well. We just want to make this really festive, and the pomegranates are really nice to do that. You can also use them in salads, on desserts, a New York cheesecake. You can just sprinkle those on there and make it a festive dish, just like I have here with this hummus and the cheese ball. And don't forget to pick up the Ingles Table magazine. I'm so excited with all these recipes by all of our celebrity chefs. They're so creative. And one of the recipes that I want to share with you is Caitlin Baker's Rice Krispie Pops. This is something very creative you can get with your kids, give them something to do. And also John Jafalti did some cheese balls with different flavors. And lastly, gift giving. I've made gift giving easy. If you want to make a homemade gift and send it from the heart, this is great because you can put together jars of potpourri and also the simmer pot, which makes your house feel wonderful. So get ready, go there, go to Ingles, to the deli, and pick up your free copy. We'll be right back to introduce our Ingles celebrity chef to share with you more recipes for you to share with your friends this holiday season. Welcome back to Field of Fork, and I'm so happy to have Michael McMurtry from the Ingles Table. He's a celebrity chef, a food stylist. What else do you do?
Graphic design,
Right.
I do set design, I do whatever no one else wants to do.
Well, you do a great job.
Thank
Michael,
you.
welcome to Field of Fork, and we're
Thank
doing
you.
holiday dishes.
I know it's
and
Christmas time.
everybody needs to know what to bring to the holiday table, right?
Yeah, so what I'm bringing today to teach you is, a lot of people have, they're allergic to this, they're allergic to that, there's a lot of stuff. So this is a different way to make some mashed potatoes, which are not only delicious, but they are vegan.
Right. And you always, you put so much flavor into every recipe, and I just can't wait. Let's get started.
These are pretty intense. So what we have going now, I've got some golden potatoes that I've cut into some quarters, and they're boiling here with some salted water. And then on this pot here, what I've done is I've taken a mixture of nice olive oil. This is where you want to really break out your nice olive oil because it's going to add a lot of flavor.
Right.
Harvest Farms makes a great one. And I've got an entire bulb of garlic cloves in
Garlic's
here.
always the key to ever really.
And it's roasting here. If you want to see, it's roasting here in this. See how it's getting brown? And then I've got 2 twigs of rosemary. And it's all sitting there flavoring that oil. Can you smell that? I know.
Just anything with rosemary smells like the holidays,
So while the potatoes are finishing, we're just letting that simmer. Okay. So now I believe the potatoes are done. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take about a cup of the potato water, which has a lot of good starches in it, and I'm going to keep that to the side. We'll use that to thin out the potatoes if we need to.
Right.
Okay. So then I have my pots. I'm going to drain out the potatoes.
Got a drainer over here.
Yeah.
We're getting the potatoes off here. And Michael, this is a ricer, and I know there's a reason why you use this, right?
So people know that potatoes can get gummy if you overwork them.
Right.
This is a great way to not overwork a potato and get them mashed. So what it is, it's basically this metal contraption. It's got holes in the bottom. And
it provides the perfect consistency without ever working them, right?
You don't have to use a masher. You don't have to do anything. So what you do is take your finished potatoes. And if you noticed, I didn't take the skins off.
Wow.
You don't need to when you use a ricer. It'll separate the skins for you.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So less work.
Less work.
Right.
So then you take it like this and you just squeeze and watch what happens.
Magic. Yeah, that's working.
And if you look at that's perfect.
All right, get that in there.
And you just keep squeezing all the potatoes right through. I'm telling you, this is the easiest. You're going to love this. We can use this for our taste testing later.
Okay. And we'll pack it on in there.
Yep.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
And
now we've got
over
our
here.
nice riced potatoes. And now we're going to do our oil. So first thing I want to do is get rid of the rosemary stems.
Okay.
Just put
them
that here.
Right.
And we have some nice roasted garlic here.
Oh, it smells wonderful.
Yeah. So we got the roasted garlic that we're going to put in there. I love it. And some of it gets a little crispy, which I love.
Just more
And then
flavor.
I'm going to put in about 1/4 of a cup or a ladleful of your oil. This takes the place of the
Nice.
butter. All right. And
Right.
let's just take that and
Here, I'll put this
mix this around
here.
like so. We'll add a little salt and pepper. If you don't want the whole cloves of garlic like this, which I love,
You can mix.
you can just
mince
you
them.
can also run through the ricer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, salt and pepper. Give it one more little mix.
But it's better to run through the ricer after you cook the garlic.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
okay.
They should be mushy, like
Right.
Yeah. But either way, if you want them crunchy like I have them here, or you want them softer and run them through the ricer,
Right. It's
whichever is your preference. I like the little crunch in here.
That's an easy recipe anybody can do and enjoy and have a wonderful.
Are
Delicious.
they good? Yeah, they're good, right?
They melt in your mouth. That is so good, Michael.
And it's a nice alternative
Right,
to
right.
traditional.
And are you gonna garnish with
You can garnish with that. You can put a couple of the fronds right on top so people know what they're getting,
right?
which I like to do. And you're set. That's the easiest way to make mashed potatoes that I know of. And here's another thing. You can make these in advance. And a great tip for warming up mashed potatoes that someone taught me, take them all, put them into a Ziploc bag, and then put your water on in a pot and just drop the Ziploc bag in there. It warms the potatoes without getting them more
That's
mushy
excellent. And you know, a lot of us we have to prepare things ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you've got so many things going on, holiday parties, you know, just work and just everything. It's that's a great tip,
You
Michael.
gotta try one with a piece.
Oh,
I love that. It's
that's
different,
good brunch.
right?
I would add probably twice as much garlic.
I know you can do that. That's,
I'm a garlic
I'm a
lover.
I always put rounded teaspoons and more double the garlic.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that good?
So you get that bite. Yes.
But it's not too overwhelming.
Okay, so we're gonna put this aside, and Michael's gonna get ready for the next recipe. We'll be right back shortly.
Christmas,
Hurry, they're gonna be up soon.
when families and communities come together in the spirit of peace on earth and goodwill towards men.
Operation Silent Night and Still on the Fence. Okay, we're ready.
At Ingles, we know that Christmas isn't just a holiday. It's a feeling to embrace all year long. Ingles, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Okay, we're back, and we're going to top everything off with some mushroom gravy, right, Michael?
I mean, what goes better with mashed potatoes?
that's
than mushroom
right.
gravy?
Exactly.
So this is a great gravy because two things. One, you can make it ahead, up to 5 days. So
Okay.
when you're busy, it's great. The other is it has bourbon in it.
bourbon. Bourbon makes everything better. You
It
know
does.
that, right?
I find that alcohol in general a little bit of a warming alcohol and mushrooms is so
It's
good.
like sherry
It can be
and
sherry
shrimp
or yeah,
yes.
it can be sherry. It could be red wine, but it just makes mushrooms taste so much better. Anyway, so I've got an onion, a sweet onion in olive oil. I had some leftover garlic olive oil from
Right.
the mashed potatoes. I just cooked it in there, so it's perfect. Now I've got 1 box or 8 ounces of regular button mushrooms, and then I think it's 3 ounces of shiitake mushrooms. I just chopped them up very fine here. And
We're
I'm gonna
making
add
a
those.
roux, aren't we?
We're gonna cook these mushrooms a bit till they get a little bit brown,
Okay.
till they absorb that oil, and then once that's done, then we're gonna throw in the flour and make a little roux. What I've done is I've taken some dried mushrooms. These are assorted dried mushrooms. They're in the produce department at Ingles. They've got a great selection of them, and I've just taken hot water and I'm steeping them like tea. All right, and this leaves me with a delicious mushroom broth. And then we can take this mushroom broth, and the reason we do it like this is there's some sediment that gets down to bottom, so just be careful with it. You just don't want to pour it in the mushroom sediment. So now we're going to pour this liquid. We'll start with that much, and we're going to let this all thicken up with the flour and the mushroom broth. It's going to get into a nice thick kind of gravy-like consistency. So you can see how it's thickened up here into a nice gravy-like consistency. And you can thin that out to whatever consistency you want. You've got that extra mushroom broth. We can add that later too. So we're getting pretty close to where we need to be. See how it's turned a little brown? The more brown it is, the more flavor you're gonna get. So now that we've got it to a consistency that I kind of like, we're going to throw in some salt and pepper. And we're going to throw in a 1/4 cup of bourbon. Now, you can use red wine. You can skip the bourbon completely. I just find that any kind of alcohol, darker, richer alcohol, adds so much flavor and brings out so much in the mushroom. So that's why I like to do that. And now we're pretty much done. We're going to take it off the heat, and we're going to do a couple last things, and we'll be done.
So we're back, and we got the final steps of this, Michael. It smells so good.
So here's our gravy so far.
I smell the bourbon.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what gets better than bourbon? So there's a couple last steps, all right? So we have this. I'm going to pour this into a bowl where we can do our last steps. It's pretty thick right now.
And that's a nice gravy that can top. You can add that with sweet potatoes.
Anything.
These potatoes.
Cereal.
Cereal.
Cream of wheat.
Or you could eat it, a burger.
Or polenta. This would be great on polenta.
Yeah, mushroom burger.
So
Mushroom with
right
mushroom.
here we've got it kind of chunky. Some people like it chunky. Some people like it smooth. If you like it smooth, take your immersion blender or a regular blender, puree some of it or all of it. A couple little like secret things to give it that little bunch of umami, especially is white miso, which they sell at Ingles. I take about a tablespoon of that, and then I found this great mushroom flavored soy sauce.
I have not seen that.
I hadn't either. Just
wow.
about a teaspoon of that. Mix that together while it's still hot.
Oh,
Look at the color.
It smells like the holidays. They
Yeah.
are almost here, and this is going to be great.
And if you want to thin down your gravy, you can do that with the extra mushroom broth you have.
I was just thinking any meats. This
Oh.
is the perfect.
To go right on top.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can see this on roast beef,
Yeah.
steak. Wow.
But look at that.
That's beautiful. Just look. I mean,
Yeah. And this goes perfect on the mashed potatoes we made earlier. So I'm going to take a scoop of that. I mean, that's
just so beautiful.
that's all I want for Thanksgiving. I just want a bowl like that and to be left alone.
Or Christmas.
Or Christmas.
Or Christmas.
Any holiday.
Any holiday,
yeah,
right?
just don't bother me. I'm eating my mashed potatoes and gravy.
I feel the same way
Yeah, I know.
sometimes.
You want to try it? You want to try it?
Yeah,
Here.
let's try it. Yeah.
Let's get a good fork.
Get a good.
All right, here we go.
All right, so
Okay, here you go. You want to try it?
I want to try it. Let's
right.
see.
It's probably hot.
I know, but incredible.
I'm gonna try.
I
this.
love it, love it, love it. Michael, it's been great having you
Oh,
here.
it's been great
It's
here.
going to be fun making these for all of my friends. And the gravy, I've learned so many tips just from you sharing that recipe with
Thank
me.
you.
And I know everybody's going to love picking up the Ingles Table magazine. Once
Yeah.
again, you've got some drink specials.
I
in
do have
here.
a cojito, which is a Puerto Rican eggnog in there, and I've got a mushroom sausage roll, which is made with mushrooms as well. I love mushrooms. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. You should make that. Definitely.
I definitely will. And it's time to celebrate. It's time to be with family, friends, and make it a very happy and memorable holiday season.
Thank you. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yes. We'll be right back.
There's something really special about picking out the perfect Christmas tree. Like Ingles, we also care about quality and the freshness of the tree, so that's why we're excited to be working with Ingles. And we know that Ingles only wants the best trees for their customers. Well, I've been selling trees on retail lots since the late 70s, and I've got people coming back that were children when they bought trees. When I first started, they're bringing their kids back to the lot now. Here at Grassy Creek, we focus on delivering the best Christmas trees around.
Welcome back to Field to Fork, and I have my favorite entrepreneur, Michelle Weatherby, with the Nutty Sister and the Farmer's Daughter out of Hartwell, Georgia. Welcome back.
Thank you, Abby. It's always fun to be here and always such a pleasure to be out at Blackhawk.
Well, I wanted to let you know, I see all these people having lunches, brunches, and it's like you have everything for ladies that lunch or brunch.
I do.
And I wanted you to tell the audience about all the many things that you're doing for the holiday season.
Well, thank you. It is a busy time of year. It's not only Thanksgiving, but lots of people are having little get-togethers. The book club, the garden club, the neighborhood club are all getting together to have lunch, catch up. So we try at the Farmer's Daughter to help assist so you can enjoy time with your friends and not spend so much time in the kitchen.
That makes sense, doesn't it,
So,
Michelle?
yes.
And you've been there how long now?
This is our third Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So 2.5 years.
So
apart
downtown
from me, I
Hartwell,
believe.
Georgia, and I love, one of your staple items. I want you to start with that because
Of course.
when I buy a box, I barely make it home not eating half of these.
Well, it's the holiday season, so we are selling these like hotcakes. Normally, when you come in this time of year, the counter is covered with bags of orders for those. But these are our pecan cheese squares. This was a recipe of my mother's that I have worked on for over 10 years, and I think we've pretty much got it
You've
down
mastered
now.
it.
I think so.
When I can't stop eating them, and you won't be able to, and it comes in a very nice little container. And normally
is.
you put a little
ribbon, and I ran out without my ribbon. But there's about 3 dozen in each of these boxes. We also came out a couple of years ago with the toffee pecan shortbread. So we've got you covered whether it is a savory or it is a sweet. This is really good just to have out for a cup of tea, a little glass of brandy.
or a glass of wine.
Or a glass of
for
wine.
For women that lunch. Or brunch.
Absolutely,
I always say lunch or
absolutely.
brunch, but anytime.
So these are always good for gifts. They're good to put on a little plate that you put out for snacks. But we also have items if you want to have a full-blown lunch. Or if you're having just kind of a grazing thing. So we made some quiches this morning. And one is a vegetarian quiche and one's got a little bit of ham in it.
Those are beautiful, Michelle.
Thank you. Quiches are always loved, no matter what. And we make all kind of varieties, whatever you want in them. And they're easy to do. I have a recipe that is from the original French farmer's market, the quiche lady there. And that's whose recipe I use.
Well, they did great. They've done great. You've done great with these. But
Thank you.
So if I call up, I can just say, Michelle, I would like just a ham quiche and
Right.
or ham mushroom with Gruyere or whatever. You can
And
do
we
it.
always use Gruyere because that's
Right.
it's French.
Right.
But if you don't have Gruyere, just remember always that Gruyere is just aged Swiss. So
Right.
in a pinch, you can use Swiss, and then I always also use cheddar because cheddar.
Cheddar.
and
Cheddar
then we-
makes everything better.
Absolutely. And we always try and use some herbs in it, a little bit of salt and pepper, some farm fresh eggs, and that can make all the difference in the world. We also we just started putting this back. We only have it at the holiday season. As soon as cranberries start to arrive at Ingles Market, we start making cranberry salsa. And people are obsessed with this dip.
That's delicious.
It's-
I tried it a while ago, and it's just off
It's
the chart.
refreshing. It's got cranberries, of course. It's got a little bit of jalapeno in it, a little bit of cilantro in it.
It's a
and
sweet
it's
and
just-
it's kind of sweet but savory.
Yeah.
It's got a little bite to it, which is just the right amount of bite.
And it's really good and different at this time of year. And it's something that you can put out with crackers, with chips, to, have something a little different than just a regular salsa. You can also put it on a chicken breast. And then bake your chicken breast off. Put a little bit of extra on that
I
on
think
the
you could
sides.
probably use this on a beef tenderloin.
Beef
or
tenderloin, a
anything.
pork tenderloin.
Oh, pork. Oh my gosh, pork would be the
Yeah.
ticket for this.
Pork tenderloins are one of my favorites because it goes with just everything.
Right.
And then I brought this morning an eggnog pound cake, and I thought I'd show you how you could gussy up a pound cake that you make or that you could get from the store. If you bring it from us, we'll of course decorate it. But this is just, you can take your favorite pound cake recipe, add about a half a cup of bourbon, put in a little extra nutmeg, and that'll give it that kind of eggnog taste.
We just had a recipe with bourbon,
Yeah,
and
it's
bourbon makes
bourbon.
everything better. It seems like it does.
And it's bourbon season.
Right.
And then I made up a little glaze for it, and I used a little bit of eggnog. I used a little more bourbon because bourbon makes everything better. Bourbon and bacon. And some powdered sugar, and you just mix it up until it's kind of this consistency. And then I'm just going to put it over the cake. You want it to drip down the sides a little bit. I might have gotten this one a little bit thick.
Oh, it looks good. I mean, it's yours. It's your cake. You do it any way you want to do it.
Absolutely.
It's-
Well, last time I made it, I didn't get it thick enough.
I always say anything from the heart, anything homemade comes from the heart.
Absolutely.
And this is why I love everything you do, Michelle. It's always you're so passionate about what you do.
Thank you.
So
So I put the glaze on, and then I'm going to take these sugared cranberries, and all you do for this is make a little simple syrup. That's 1 part of sugar to 1 part of water. Make that into a syrup when the sugar dissolves, and then throw your cranberries in for just a few minutes, and then take it off the heat. And then pull the cranberries out and roll them around in some regular sugar, and they come out looking like they've been frosted. So it's particular for this time of year when we're thinking about snow, whether we get snow or not.
not right.
And I like some that have some sugar showing and some sugar not. And then I'll take a little bit of fresh rosemary, and I'll put a little bit over on this side.
How festive is that?
Isn't that
Just
nice?
really-
And then it looks beautiful. It didn't take you any time, but it looks like you spent a lot of effort on it. It looks very much like the holiday, and looks beautiful on your table, whether it is for a family celebration or just to get together for lunch.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You know, It's staying here. No, this is a very, very beautiful cake, and you do cater to lots of events in Hartwell. You've been active with the Botanical Society where they have their concerts this summer. You did that.
We do box lunches for the Botanical Garden when they have their concerts in the park. We also do picnics. We do charcuterie boards. Generally, people just call and tell me how many people, what their budget is, if there's something they like, if they don't like. This is a heavy time of year for us to be making sausage rolls, which I got from this cute little Englishman that goes to church with me, and he makes these beautiful sausage rolls. And I learned the recipe from him.
I want that recipe.
Oh, it's so
I'm
good.
gonna have to come get that recipe.
And they're good at room temperature as well, so that's always a good thing. But we make any kind of pie or cake. I love when people go. In fact, I've got a birthday cake coming up. It's an orange crunch cake, and the honoree's mother made it for her. So she is honoring us by letting us create our own version of an orange crunch cake.
Nice.
And I love when I can recreate a memory or a recipe that you've had. We don't want to just do, how many strawberry cakes can you have?
Well, you're very creative anyway, and that's your energy going into all of this, and I love that because you're always doing something. You're experimenting with all of your baking goods, and you had a cookie when I was over there the last time that you were doing.
Oh, that was we just did a salted chocolate chip peanut butter pretzel cookie.
Oh, wow.
We cannot quit.
Say that
eating
3
in the
times
kitchen.
fast.
Yeah, I can. I always have to stop and think about it. But we're always thinking about if we add a little herb to this, or cinnamon rolls are my nemesis. I'm always trying to come up with the perfect fluffy cinnamon roll. And we may have it. I was texting with one of my kitchen staff on the way up here about, what if we use that recipe to do this?
Wow, you brought some really beautiful quiches, all your baked goods. I love. So
Thank you.
I know all the ladies like to lunch and brunch. Michelle will make your life easier. So tell the audience where they can find you.
So if you come into Hartwell, come into the downtown area, we're on Carolina Street. So you'll turn right by the CVS and come, and I share a building with Common Ground Coffee House. So you can come and get delicious coffee. We also make some of the treats that are over there as well. And we have a beautiful big patio where you can sit outside when the weather is nice, or you can come inside when it's not so nice. And we're right there.
And thank you so much. Were you going to talk about this at all?
Oh, I was
One more
too.
thing.
Yeah, it's not
Can't
the
leave you out,
holidays if you
Carlton.
don't have something delicious and different. And this is our friend Carlton, who makes these delicious shrubs. And this one is his orange cranberry shrub for the season. So you can take this shrub, you can add a little bit of ginger ale, a little bit of club soda, and the shrub, and it makes a delightful, refreshing seasonal drink. You could also add a little something to it if you want to, or not, either way. And we carried the full line of these as well, but the cranberry orange is one of my favorites.
Well, Michelle, I just want to say thank you for coming. You're going to make everybody's Christmas and holiday time
Absolutely.
delicious.
That's what we're there
and
for.
a time saver, and it's going to make all these ladies that don't want to cook have a nice brunch, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, thank you. And
Thank you for having us out here.
all right. And may you all have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. And we'll see you next time.